Hello, my name is Quentin Greenfield. I met a married couple who is deaf and blind. I wondered how they can communicate. I myself am also deaf. As I observe and I communicate using my hands, as I communicate, it's amazing how a deaf blind can understand my signs. My hands never felt weighted down on. It's interesting. I can freely sign. As I continue chatting, I asked her about her childhood and how she became blind. She told me at the age of 21, she became diagnosed with Usher syndrome and her eyesight slowly started to decrease. As I continued chatting, I met other people from Gallaudet who are also deaf and blind. There were so many of them there. Now wanting to know more about the married couple, so I asked, how can they identify a person if they're deaf and blind? She told me, with glasses. There are different ways to see. Some are dark, some are very visual. Several different types I didn't know myself. It was interesting. I went to a workshop with Steve Collins. He gave me points in the workshop as he presented about blindness. As I observed, a thought came to mind. For example, for a deaf and blind person, if they're deaf and blind, how do they lead a person? If something was to happen, like an emergency, if there was a fire or something, what do they do? It says they use their hand marker to make a mark on the back of a person's back with an X. It's obvious they know and identify, meaning that someone will take that person to a place where it's safe and is less dangerous. Interesting for me to get a better knowledge of it, to practice and pretend that I was deaf and blind, and mm, they would lead me, and they will lead me, and I will know how it feels to be led step by step. It was interesting to meet other people in this workshop. It was beneficial to me to see and compare visually and relate to them with these glasses. Now, after the presentation, I went to the table to take my chances of viewing these glasses. Some had holes in them, some were dark. There were several different kinds. It gave me a better idea of it. I became more determined to work with the deaf and blind. Now that I know I can communicate with them, I'm still working on my CEU. Gallaudet has proof given to certification, and I'm more determined to work towards my goals.